Trish. Welcome to my channel. Today we are making banana bread. This is an excellent way to use up old brown bananas. And if you don't quite have enough for the recipe, you can put them in the freezer in a Ziploc bag until you acquire enough. I'm using 2 in this recipe today, but you can use up to 4 in one loaf of bread, and it just makes it more moist and dense, and I really enjoy it. For this recipe, I will post the ingredients list at the end, but you need to start with 1 3/4 cup of flour. You need 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a cup of room temperature butter, 2/3 cup of brown sugar, and I use Splenda, which is a sugar substitute. Half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of milk. That's it. As far as equipment, you'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and I line a glass baking dish or Pyrex dish with tin foil. Normally I like to use baking paper for making breads, but with this type of bread, because it's going to be a little more dense and it doesn't need to rise, I find that tin foil gives us a really good result. Let's get started. First, I'm going to combine our butter, our eggs, our baking powder, our baking soda, and our salt. Now that the basic ingredients are well blended, we are going to add our sugar and our bananas. Don't worry if they have brown spots on it, it's fine. Now that that's well blended, we're going to add the butter. I'm going to add the flour 1 spoonful at a time, and this is to contain the mess, and I feel like it blends better when I do it slowly. When the mixture is well blended, you can add the milk. That's the last step. If you prefer to have a vegan banana bread, you can substitute chia seeds in place of the eggs, and you can substitute 2/3 of a cup of coconut oil instead of butter. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my pan. This batter is going to be very runny, and that's fine. You want to next put it into your preheated oven, which should be at 350, and it will take a total of 55 minutes or so to bake all the way through, but I typically set my oven to about 45 minutes and then check and make sure that it is not getting too brown on top. If it is getting brown, for the last 10 minutes, you can tent a piece of tin foil over the top, and that will allow it to continue to bake without burning. I want to make a little disclaimer here. I initially set my oven at 350 degrees for 55 minutes, and I checked on my bread at 20 minutes into the baking process. It looked like it was getting a little bit brown for my taste, so I put a tent over it and I changed the temperature to 325. I also added 10 minutes to the baking time, so that's a total of 65 minutes at 325. Let's see what it looks like. See how it springs back? That looks really good. That's just what it's supposed to do. So that's perfect. We'll pull it out and let it cool off. Our banana bread is now ready to eat. I am going to pull it out of the Pyrex dish and let it finish cooling. When it reaches room temperature, I'm going to wrap it completely in aluminum foil and put it in the refrigerator overnight.